Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning to everyone, students. Welcome to chemistry class. In this class, we are going to study the new chapter, biomolecules. So here, biomolecules is any molecule that is produced by living organisms, including large macromolecules such as proteins, polysaccharides, lipids and nucleic acids. Okay, so here we are going to learn the definition of biomolecules. So biomolecules is any molecule that is produced in living organisms. Okay, these are produced in living organisms. It means all living organisms containing biomolecules, that is including these living organisms including large number of macromolecules. So macromolecules is nothing but the size is large or huge. So the macromolecules such as protein, polysaccharides, and lipids, and also nucleic acids. So all these we call as what? Biomolecules. So biomolecules are the living organisms these are produced in living organisms including large number of macromolecules such as proteins, polysaccharides, lipids and nucleic acids. This is the definition of biomolecules. So here in these biomolecules we learn many macromolecules like proteins, polysaccharides, lipids, etc. All these are made by amino acids or carbohydrates. Now we are going to study the first member of biomolecules is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Why we are studying carbohydrates here? Basically because these macromolecules such as proteins, polysaccharides, lipids, nucleic acids is all these containing carbohydrates functional group, or these are made by basically from carbohydrates. So that we are learning the definition of carbohydrates and different types and classification and everything about carbohydrates. So here carbohydrates are the most abundant biomolecules in the earth. Okay, these are most abundant elements or molecules in the earth, and also it is occur in nature, plants, and synthesize carbohydrates by process called photosynthesis. Okay, this carbohydrates is naturally synthesized by the process of photosynthesis that we can observe in plants. Here the basic definition of carbohydrates is the compounds which containing carbon, hydrogen and oxygen is called as carbohydrates. That is the compounds which containing carbon, hydrogen and oxygen is called as what? Carbohydrates. Then the general formula of carbohydrates is CnH2ON. This is the general formula of carbohydrates. Here N is number represented by number of atoms, that is begins from 1, 2, 3 like so on. This is the N, that is number of numbers, means natural numbers. So here the carbohydrates are all not obey the formula CnH2ON. Some of the compounds like DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, this doesn't obey the molecular formula CnH2O. Its molecular formula is C6H12 and O5. And also here some of the elements like acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, some of the compounds like acetic acid CH3COOH, this containing carbon, hydrogen also oxygen, even though it is not an organic compound. These are some exceptional cases to understand or delay the molecular formula of CnH2ON. So here the carbohydrates are basically classified into three types on the basis of simple units present in the molecules of carbohydrates. It means after knowing the definition and general representation, then limitations of this formula, we are going to study the classification of carbohydrates. Classification of carbohydrates. So here we are going to study the classification of carbohydrates on the basis of their composition. It means based on number of simple units present in the molecules of carbohydrates. Okay, here we are going to study the classification based on the number of simple units present in a molecule of carbohydrates. So here the carbohydrates containing number of simple units, repeated units, are different units, so that on the basis that simple units we are going to classify into three different types. Now these classifications are, the first one is monosaccharides, then the second one oligosaccharides, and the third one is polysaccharides. These are the three classification of what? Carbohydrates. So now take the first one, carbohydrates. These polysaccharides and polysaccharides are deleted in the new topics, so that now take the first one is monosaccharides. Here monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed. Okay, you know already we have learned the process of hydrolysis. So hydrolysis is nothing but cleavage of carbon oxygen bond or carbon carbon bond by treating with water. Okay, that is called as hydrolysis. So here the monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed. It means it cannot be divided again. That is simplest units. Monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrates. Simplest carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed. That is called as monosaccharides. Now for example, monosaccharides is glucose, fructose and galactose. So these are some best examples for monosaccharides. All these having the molecular formula C6H12O6. Okay, C6H12O6. It means these obey the general formula CnH2ON. Here N is equal to how much? 6. So this can also be represented like that. That is Cn, H2n and On. That is multiplying N. It means the number of carbon atoms and oxygen atoms is remains same, and hydrogen is twice of oxygen or carbon. This is the general representation. Here example for monosaccharides are glucose, fructose and galactose. Now after knowing the monosaccharides, we are going to study the classification, means further classification of monosaccharides on the basis of functional groups. So this is the first classification, that is classification of carbohydrates on the basis of simple units. Now the second classification of monosaccharides is again here. The monosaccharides again classify into two types on the basis of functional groups. So that is classification of monosaccharides. Classification of monosaccharides. Here monosaccharides are classified on the based on the functional group. Based on the type of functional group present in the carbohydrates, that is monosaccharides. Okay, so now again monosaccharides is classified into two types on the basis of the functional group. Those are, the first one is aldoses, and the second one is ketoses. So these are the two types of classification of monosaccharides, that is into aldoses and ketoses. Now take the first one, aldoses. So here aldoses is nothing but these are the monosaccharides in which containing aldehyde as a function groups called what? Aldoses. So aldoses containing the aldehyde function group, containing aldehyde function group. So already you learned the chapter carbonyl compounds where we studied aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid, all those three compounds of carbonyl compounds. You know well the aldehyde functional group is generally represented or CHO. This is the functional group, that is CHO. Here aldoses are the monosaccharides in which they containing aldehyde functional group is called as what? Aldoses. Now example for aldoses are glucose and galactose. Glucose and galactose and so on. So here we are studying two compounds, glucose and galactose. These are the most familiar monosaccharide aldoses. Now let's take the structure of glucose and galactose. Already I told you the both compounds having the molecular formula C6H12 and O6. Okay, this is the molecular formula. Now we are writing the structure of glucose and galactose. So here observe how many carbons are there? 6 carbons. So write 6 carbons, 3, 4 and 5, then 6 carbon. This is the 6 carbon. Now the 6th carbon becomes alcohol, that is CH2OH. Okay, this is the way to write the glucose structure. Listen carefully. Here there is 6 carbons, we are writing 6 and the last one is CH2OH, and the 5th carbon having OH left right side and again having OH right side, then again H in right side, then OH right side. Okay, this is the way to remember CH2OH, again OH, OH, H and OH, and here this is in a aldoses, right? Therefore the functional group is aldehyde, that is CHO. Now in the opposite side write H if it is OH, and again OH, so write H. Here there is H, so write OH, and here again OH, so write H. Now calculate the number of oxygens and hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oxygens. Then calculate hydrogen. 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and here 1, 12 hydrogens. Okay, this is the structure of what? Glucose. So remember, in the structure of glucose, the groups are, the functional groups are CH2OH, that is alcoholic functional group, then 1, 2, that is 3 OH groups present right side, that is OH, OH and OH. Then the number is given like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6th carbon having alcoholic functional group, 5th and 4th both also secondary alcohols, but the OH groups are present right side, and the second one having OH right side, it is an alcohol, and the 3rd carbon only the OH is present left side, and the first one is functional group CHO. This is the structure of glucose. Now similarly galactose, that is also having same molecular formula but the structure is different, so that write 6 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Similarly here the 6th carbon is alcohol CH2OH, and here OH, that is 5th carbon. Only the 4th carbon configuration is changes, that is H and OH, here H. Then the 3rd carbon is similarly same, that is H and OH, and the 2nd carbon is also same, H and OH. Then here this is a aldehyde, so CHO. So here the difference between glucose and galactose is only the configuration for 4th carbon is differ. Okay, so see here the configuration of the 4th carbon is differ. In glucose the OH is present right side, and in galactose the OH is present left side, so that these two are having same molecular formula but the structures is different. Hence these are the best example for structural isomers. Okay, so this is the structure of glucose and galactose. Similarly take the second classification, means the second type, that is ketose or ketoses. So here ketoses are the monosaccharides containing ketone as a function group. Okay, that is containing ketone function group. Okay, ketone functional group. You know ketone functional group is represented bond C bond that is both the ends are substituted by R in general formula, and the functional group is bond C double bond O bond. This is the ketone functional group, right? Now example for ketones are, take fructose and sucralose. Fructose and sucralose. So these are the best examples for ketosis. Here both the compounds having the functional group CO. So here also the molecular formula is C6H12O6 for both, but the functional group is different. Hence the aldoses and ketos, these two are best example for functional isomers. These two example for structural isomers, and aldose ketos are best example for functional isomers. Now the structure of this fructose and sucralose is, right, 6 carbons, same as like glucose, 6 carbons, and the 6th carbon is CH2OH, that is alcoholic. Then the 5th one right side OH, and similarly OH right side, and opposite side right H. Then the 3rd carbon is H, here OH, and the 2nd carbon having ketone functional group, that is C double bond O. Then the 1st carbon is alcoholic functional group CH2OH, like the 6th carbon. Okay, this resultant structure we called as fructose. Okay, remember students, here the 6th carbon having CH2OH is the alcoholic group, and the 5th one OH right side, and 4th one OH right side, the 3rd one OH left side, and the 2nd carbon becomes what? CO. Here the 2nd carbon is alcohol. That is the difference only for what? Glucose and fructose. Now similarly take sucralose. The sucralose structure is, molecular formula is same, but the structure is different, right? So now write the structure, 6 carbon atoms. The 6th one is CH2OH. Then similarly here OH for 5th group, and the 4th carbon is H and OH here. This is the 4th carbon, right? Then here H and OH. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the C double bond O, then CH2OH. Okay, so here observe, write H, OH, H, OH, H, and here these two will be remain same, so that OH and H. Okay, this is the structure of sucralose. Okay, remember students, here the configuration of this 4th and 3rd carbon. This 4th and 3rd carbon. This is the 4th carbon and 3rd carbon. Here 4th and 3rd carbon. These two are changes, the configuration. So now observe, let's think these two are mirror images of each other, right? So when I put mirror here, sucralose and fructose are the mirror images, or not? Not mirror images. See here OH and H is there, right? So that these two are not mirror images. However, the configuration of 3rd and 4th will be changes. This is the fructose and sucralose. Here we can observe the ketone as a function group, hence we called ketose monosaccharides. These are the monosaccharides containing ketone function group. This is the classification based on the function group monosaccharides into two types, aldose and ketones. Then examples we are learning along with structures. Then again the monosaccharides is classified based on the number of carbon atoms. Okay, again second classification. Let's take last one is first classification. So this is the classification of monosaccharides. Let's take the first one. This is the general classification. Now take the second one, that is classification of monosaccharides on the basis of number of carbon atoms. Classification of monosaccharides on the basis of number of carbon atoms. Okay, on the basis of number of carbon atoms, the monosaccharides are classified into different types. Now first one, triose. Trioses. Okay, then second one, tetroses. And similarly the third one is pentoses. And the last one is hexoses. And one more is there, that is heptoses. Okay, so this is based on the number of carbon atoms. So here observe, heptoses and hexoses. So trioses means 3 carbon atom, tetro means 4, penta means 5, hexa 6 and hepta 7. Okay, these are the different types of classification of monosaccharides on the basis of number of carbon atoms. Now take the first one is trioses. Trioses means 3 carbon atoms. Now the trioses means 3 carbon monosaccharides. Example for trioses is glyceraldehyde. This glyceraldehyde is the best example for trioses having 3 carbon atoms, and its structure is the HC bond OH bond CHO and CH2OH. So it containing aldehyde functional group and also alcoholic functional group. This is the structure of glyceraldehyde, best example for trioses. Similarly for tetroses means these are the monosaccharides containing 4 carbon atoms. Example erythrose and triose. Erythrose and triose. So here erythrose and triose are the functional isomers having same molecular formula but differ in their position of functional group. Or differ in their direction or orientation of functional group. Example for the structure of triose and erythrose are written like that: CHO bond C bond CH2OH. 4 carbon atoms is there, right? For both the functional group, that is OH groups are present in the same side, that we called erythrose. And if it's mirror image, right here mirror image, see not mirror image, right opposite configuration for second and third carbon, CH2OH. Here OH is right side and H is right side. Here OH and H. Now observe the configuration is changes. This is called triose. Erythrose and triose, both is the tetra monosaccharides. Now take the pentose. The example for pentose is ribose. Later I will give the structure of ribose. The example for pentose sugar is ribose and also arabinose. These are the 2 examples for pentose sugars. And you know well, I thought hexoses means is nothing but it containing 6 carbon atoms, right? So the best examples are glucose, galactose and fructose. And also sucralose, then galactose. These are the best example for what? Hexoses. Similarly for heptoses is soda heptose. Soda heptulose is the best example for heptoses. Now take pentoses. So you know pentoses means monosaccharides which containing 5 carbon atoms. Already I given example ribose. And also one more is arabinose. So these are the best examples for pentoses, these pentose sugars. Now write the structure of ribose, that is 5 carbon atoms along with 1 CHO and one more is alcoholic functional group, right? 3, 4 and 5th carbon is CH2OH. This is the skeletal structure. We are going to write the ribose structure. First you write like that, then here OH and OH, then OH. So in this case, means in the case of ribose, all OH groups are present on right side. Then the left side is H's. Okay, this is the structure of ribose. Now arabinose, CHO, write skeletal structure first. The 5 carbon atoms, 4 and 5th one is CH2OH. Then the first one is CHO. Then here where 4th carbon and 3rd carbon having OH right side, and for 2nd carbon H is right side. Here OH, H and H. This is called arabinose. These are the best example for pentose sugars. Okay. Now take hexoses. Already we have discussed hexoses. So you know hexoses is nothing but these are the monosaccharides in which containing 6 carbon atoms. So best examples are glucose, galactose and also mannose. These are the monosaccharides and under that hexoses. Now write the glucose. Already I given the structure of glucose, that is CHO bond C means 6 carbon atoms, 4, 5 and 6. The 6th one is CH2OH. Then OH and H, then OH. Okay, so similarly I write H and OH, that is opposite side we are writing. If it is OH, then H. This is the structure of what? Glucose. And the galactose. Similarly, I told you galactose means the structure will be remain same, but the position of OH group will be changes at second position. So right now galactose. The structure of galactose is CHO bond C, then CH2 OH. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. Now here OH for galactose. This is the structure of galactose. OH, then H and OH. So here the third and fourth position of functional groups will be changes in the direction. Okay, this one we called as galactose. Now write mannose. This functional group will be, the skeletal structure will be remain same like glucose. Write 6 times CH2OH and OH. Now here OH and H and H. So here the third and fourth carbon position will be changes. Here the second carbon position is changes by comparing to the water glucose, that is H bond OH. Okay, H. So remember students, first remember the structure of glucose. By comparing the glucose structure, we can write the structure of galactose and also mannose. Okay, this is the pentose structures. Now one more classification of monosaccharides, that is the third classification of monosaccharides based on taste, that is classification of monosaccharides on the basis of taste. Okay, so here we are going to study on the basis of taste. So there are two types of tastes, that is on the basis of sweetness. One is sugars and one more is non-sugars. These are the two types of classification of monosaccharide on the basis of taste. It means on the basis of sweetness. Now sugars are the monosaccharides and these are the carbohydrates in which they are sweet in taste. Okay, sugars are sweet in taste. Then similarly non-sugars means no sweet in taste. Okay, that is called as non-sugars. Okay, sugars are nothing but monosaccharides and these are the carbohydrates in which they are sweet in taste, and non-sugars are also monosaccharides and carbohydrates. There is no sweet in taste. Now example for sugars, you know, glucose, fructose and also sucrose. So these are the best examples for what? Sugars. Now similarly non-sugars means, let's take lactose. These are the less sweet in sugar. Okay, means a taste. It means in sweetness these are the less taste, that is lactose and also maltose. Even all these having same molecular formula but the taste is different. This is the classification of sugar monosaccharides on the basis of taste. Now one more classification based on classification of sugars, that is based on action of chemical reagents. That is the fourth classification, action on chemical reagent, action with chemical reagent, that is classification of sugars on the basis of action on chemical reagent. So chemical reagent like Benedict's test or Tollin's reagent or Fehling reagent. Tollin's, Fehling's, and also Benedict test. So okay, these are the three tests. On the base of these tests, the sugars are again classified into two types. One is reducing sugars and one more is non-reducing sugars. Reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. So here reducing sugars are nothing but these are the sugars which is reduces by Tollens reagent or Fehling's reagent and also with Benedict reagents and gives silver mirror black precipitate with Tollens and red precipitate with Fehling's and Benedict's reagent. Okay, reducing sugars are the sugars which in which these are reduces by Tollens, Fehling's and Benedict's reagents. Okay, that is called as what? Reducing sugars. With Tollens reagent it gives silver mirror precipitate and with Fehling's and Benedict's reagent it gives red precipitate. Similarly, non-reducing sugars are these sugars which do not reduces with Tollens reagent and Fehling's reagent and Benedict's reagent. Okay, that is the definition for non-reducing sugars. Now similarly examples for reducing sugars are maltose, lactose, etc. These are the examples for reducing sugars, maltose and lactose. Similarly, non-reducing sugars are the sugars which do not react with or which do not reduces with Tollens reagent, Fehling's reagent and also with Benedict's reagent. So example for non-reducing sugars are sucrose and tetrosis. Okay, these are the example for non-reducing sugars.